Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. I'm kind of stoked because I have another in my possession, Jack Wolf Knives knife. Now, the owner of Jack Wolf Knives is Ben Belkin, right? Benjamin Belkin. And his grandfather was Jack Wolf Belkin, right? And ever since Ben was a kid, he remembered the slip joint his grandfather used to carry every day. Like he said it was a well-worn, well-used slip joint, and he just came to love the knife. He just came to appreciate it, right? Growing up, seeing it every day, seeing it be used, and knowing how important it was to one man's livelihood, he was peaked very young, and it inspired him to make slip joints of his own. The difference is these slip joints by Ben Belkin at Jack Wolf are made of the finest materials on the planet. They're made better than any other slip joint you will ever see. And I've done some videos before on knives that were loaned to me. And I tell you guys all the time, I do the brutally honest knife reviews. Even if it's loaned to me, if I have something bad to say about it, I'm going to say something negative, right? And like I get loaners from JR, and JR says, look, you're not hurting my feelings. If you want to be truthful, be truthful. And so I do. And I think people appreciate that from me, is I'm never going to blow smoke. And if somebody sends me something, I'm going to give you an honest opinion on it. That said, I told you in one of the last videos where I reviewed a Jack Wolf knife loaned by Thrasher's Garage, I said, this is the single best slip joint I've ever seen in my life. It's the best slip joint on the planet. I said that long before Ben Belkin ever sent me a Jack Wolf knife. So I'm really excited about this because I already know the quality going into it. And these are fantastic. So let's get a good overall look. This one's not going to be too crazy long, and the next one's just going to be cutting. And because of the style knife it is, it'll be a short cutting video, but it's really going to show it off. These things are phenomenal. I think there's a dog on the package, and Roscoe knows. He's going crazy howling. So if you can hear that, my bad. So I know it looks like a cologne bottle, right? That's the first thing I thought when I pulled this out. I was like, oh, look at that. I'm going to smell good. But it does. It looks like a cologne bottle, but it's really nice box. I love the chrome wolf and the chrome writing. And then you take out what's in the box, and you go from this cologne-looking bottle to this really awesome artistic bottle. And it kind of almost looks like, because of the nurse, and she's like busty and pretty, it looks like male enhancement pills. And I'm like, hey, check that out. So the artwork was done by Sean Tiffany. And you'll see that's more than just right here. But I do want to give Sean props from one artist to another, especially. And I want to show it off because he put in some work in this. And this is one thing about Ben, is he goes all out. He's not going to just throw a knife in a box. He throws a can in a box with a knife in it with a bunch of other stuff covered in artwork. Just awesome. Just awesome. You don't buy a knife, you buy an experience with Jack Wolf and Jack Wolf Knives, and I think that's a pretty good thing. And the can is something not worth throwing away. It's just really cool, man. So not only in there do you have that, but you have this like cardboard coin, and it tells you what the knife is the Feelgood Jack. And it gives you another piece of this artwork. Now, if you are former military or even law enforcement, things like that, where you collect coins, I know it's not metal, but this will sit right in your coin slot if you have a collection. And you military guys and whatnot, you know what I'm talking about when I say coins. So inside this rag is the knife, but there's even more. Wait. There's more. Here we have a sticker, and this thing is definitely going on my guitar case where my stickers go. And I really like this because it's nice and it's thick, it's durable. As a matter of fact, I might even put this one on my car windshield, on my rear window. It's a really nice nice material in that sticker. But wait, there's more. Not only that, but you get, and I never used these before a Jack Wolf's knife, and there's even a little padding in there. I've never used these for pocket knives until Thrasher's Garage sent me a knife to play with, and it came with one. You can see the leather pouch. I never thought how really good these are. It keeps, like, if you put your knife in the same pocket like I do, I keep my knife clipped on to my my pocket where I keep my cell phone. So you have a chance, especially if you're throwing one in there without a pocket clip, of really scratching up your phone and this and that. These things work great. Not only do they work great, but they fit inside any pocket, and it just makes it easy, man. It makes life easy. So, full grain leather. So I'm really happy that this is something, because a lot of companies you have to pay extra for stuff like this. So, speaking of things you have to pay extra for, most companies you have to pay extra for their cleaning rags and their wipe-it-downers. So now we get into the piece itself, and this is something I'm really stoked about, because the materials used in this knife, just amazing. And it goes right from the bolsters to the handle to even the screws, all the way to the blade steel and everything around it. You can see this thing, just like the cover, is a work of art, man. It looks like something from space. Now, this is considered a doctor's knife. It's the shape and style. This is something that I'm telling you right now, Jack the Ripper, ooh, man, he might have gone another 10 years. He had something like this. This thing is just made for cutting. That's all it is. This is a cutting knife, and you can see how absolutely perfect the fit and finish is. And I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's great. I'm saying it's perfect. I was looking. I grabbed one of these guys. It's a magnifying glass on a chain. But let's see if we can't look at. I mean, some of the texturing in here. I don't know if it's going to work so well with that. But I was looking at this knife inside and out with the magnifying glass. Every cut, every measure, everything is spot on, dead nut, just absolute perfection. I'm talking the grind points. It is absolute perfection. And I was really impressed, because I have used a magnifying glass to look at a $600 knife from Cold Steel. It was nowhere near as nice as this finish-wise, and this is half the price. I mean, nowhere near. And it's just really, really impressive. When you go from this point to this point, and it all runs together, and everything is smooth, and everything fits perfect, and you can't tell that there's materials that are different from scale, steel, scale. You can't tell. It feels like all one solid piece. It is that really freaking perfectly done. So let's go over some of the specs. Okay, it is a doctor's knife. The covers, your scales are fat carbon dark blue matter. They are so nice. You have integral bolsters and liners. That means that's all one piece with the frame, right? So these fit in between here perfectly. It's not that they put a bolster on, they slid a scale on, then they slid another bolster. No, it's all one piece with the frame. That is solid construction. And it's not just integral, but it is 6AL4V bead blasted titanium. And a lot of people wonder about price on a knife. Oh, is it really worth it? Blah, blah, blah. If you can buy all these materials, put it together, throw some artwork, and do it all under that price, go for it. Let's see. The hardware is polished titanium Torx. So even your little screws and whatnot are going to be of the finest material for a knife. The blade steel is Crucible S90V. Sorry, it's not just 440. This stuff is ridiculous. The closed length is 3 3/4 inches, fitting it in the hand, but enough to get your pinky. I'm a double X hand. On a double X hand, you can still get your pinky on the end. Thank you, Ben. That was one of my big things. If it's too small, I'm going to say it right off the bat. This one is just there. Like any smaller, this would have been a completely different thought. But this thing is super well designed. The blade length itself is an even 3 inches. It has a 2 3/4 inch cutting edge. It is 3 millimeters thick and weighs just 2.1 ounces with a 61 Rockwell hardness. You'll notice that the slip joint does have a stop, boom, right there. So it's not going to close too fast and cut your little fingers off when you're using it. And you will be using this all the time. I'm telling you, this is the kind of knife that you don't just have. It's one of those knives that, just like his grandpa, you're going to end up having this thing in your pocket for the rest of your life. And once you massage, you could even wet it if you want. You could oil it. But once you massage this in, what's going to happen is as you wear it in your pocket, this thing is just going to mold itself into this knife. So if I put it with the thin end in, you put it down in there. Once that happens and you get that is going to wear like an old wallet, like an old leather wallet, and you can see the condom ring in it. It's going to stay, and it's going to fit so beautiful. And right now it's not going to shift anywhere. But it's just going to lock that knife in there, and it's just going to have that perfect look. This thing will go inside one of those little pockets in the jeans, go in your regular pockets, it'll go in a back pocket. It doesn't matter. It'll slide into any pocket. You got some cowboy boots, you could throw it in there. One thing I was thinking about, and I think I might do it because it's a really good idea, and I like the idea. On my ADV Tactical Box Butcher, I threw on the Ulti clip, right? The Ulti clip I can put on this. I know I can. I can modify it. All I have to do is drill 2 tiny holes into the edge of this leather. I can put on the multi-clip, and that means even if I don't have pockets, or if I want to go onto the edge of a boot, things like that, and keep it inside a boot, I'd be able to do that and lock it in, and that would be absolutely perfect. Here's an idea for Jack maybe in the future. I don't know, you can partner up with Ulti Clip or just do some kind of clips of your own. But this part of the leather, boop, make a little wider, doot, and then 2 holes in there, boop, and then bam, space for an attachment. That could be a thought. But I have to say that this right here is absolutely sweet. Now today, in my pocket, I have been rocking my Kubi. This is the Nova Noble, one of the two. I can never remember the name. Sweet knife, right? Sweet. But this thing is replacing this in my pocket, and I'm going to, this is going to be one of my ride or die carries. I can already tell you that. Just because of the fact that I already know the brand. I'm well familiar with them. I know that, like the ones I've tested, I know that I wish I had them. I wish I owned them. And now that this one is here and I get to carry it every single day, this is going to be with me all the time. Especially because it's nice and inconspicuous. When you go to the casinos, if they see a pocket clip hanging out of your pocket, nope, can't come in with that. This little guy right here is going to fit right inside. You could even probably stick this somewhere in a wallet. I don't know. You got a big enough wallet, slide it right into where that little money compartment is. It just might work. So this is just a part 1 introduction. So the next video, we can go straight to cutting, straight to just getting it cutting. And I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to do that tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So it is a guarantee that that video will get in. We'll have a nice cutting video. This thing is just absolutely awesome. Awesome. It's really, really awesome. So that's it. This is just the introduction video. I know I say I hate tabletops, and this isn't really a tabletop because this is what I would have been saying in the beginning of a normal video where I use it. The problem is if I use it now, the video is going to be a half-hour long, and some of you guys need to go to bed. So that's why I'm doing the intro video, just so it's less painful for you to have to sit through everything. This information is now put out there. Boom. Next information is just watch it work. That's it for this one so far. I am Donnie B all day. Well, not so far. I am Donnie B all day. That's it for this one so far. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.